Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, social media can be a great tool to keep friends and family updated on life events, but it can have a darker side as well. Here to share the problem with social media comparison, we welcome back the author of Device, Balancing Life and Technology in a Digital World, psychologist Dr. Doreen Dodgen-Magee. Good to see you again, Doreen.
So good to be with you.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Do we compare each other social media wise, even though we don't mean to? It's kind of like
Absolutely.
it's kind of like subliminal, isn't it?
It
I mean,
is,
it kind of hits you and you don't think you're doing it, but you are.
We live in a world that ranks and that, grades, and
Right.
everything is built on some kind of metric. And so even when we're not aware that we're doing it, when we see these curated images of mostly the happy things, because
Yeah.
that's mostly what people post.
Sure.
We start
As
to
if their
believe-
life is perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because we spend so much time on our devices, and in particular with social media, we begin to think that that's reality.
Right.
And we compare ourselves against it. And this is a particularly difficult issue for adolescents, young adults.
Oh yeah. And then now as we head into the summer months where people are going on these great vacations and I'm a loser.
That's right. And not only vacations and summer and bodies,
Yeah.
so it's like we're comparing our
Swimsuits,
bodies,
yeah.
exactly. And we're comparing our bodies to many images that are actually filtered.
Right.
Or at least a person has taken 15 photos and chosen the best one.
Right.
Not how they just actually look.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that's happening at this time of year that I see a lot is it is also graduation, end of school year time. And we see a lot of parents posting their children's accomplishments and then other parents feeling less than or
Right.
feeling
because
disappointed in
maybe
their
their
children.
child didn't graduate or
Right,
is
or
having
is
troubles.
struggling or
Right.
whatever. And it's easy to believe that perfect, pinned up, celebrative life is what everyone is having, and we are not.
No.
And we're not encouraged to post real life in
I was going to say,
social media
should we
spaces.
post real life? Because I know I post a lot of fun things that I do, right? And people say, "Wow, you have this exciting life." I said, "Well, I'm not going to post cleaning the toilet. I'm not going to post doing the laundry that day, right? But that is more of a reality of what we do."
It is, and I try every once in a while to post just vulnerable and honest things, because it is important that we remember, or we are stopped sometimes in our scrolling. I do a lot of posting in my Instagram where I just go like, "Stop scrolling. Where are your
yeah.
shoulders right now? How are you feeling?" But if we could just force ourselves to take little pauses,
Yeah.
it would do a lot toward us being able to set our phones down and kind of be more content in our own selves emotionally.
So you're saying to post more about real life experiences.
Sometimes the problem is that the algorithm doesn't really reward that.
No.
So if you post something fun and it's gets a lot of attention, then you're gonna probably not see in your feed a lot of things that are more kind of facing the difficulties in life.
Right.
And so it feeds itself. And my whole thing is learning to pause, take a break, learning to assess, is that real life, or am I comparing myself to a curated feed that I can never live up to?
Right.
And then being content in ourselves.
So when you see everyone going on vacation, like these incredible places, how do you think we should react? Is it take a break from social media, or just say, "I'm really happy for my friends going to these great places"?
If you can do that, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. If it really is eating at you, I say it's probably eating at us more than we think it is.
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to take consistent breaks from social media. So if you want to take a couple weeks or months, that's amazing. To be honest, most people can't do that right now because they are so dependent upon their devices. They think they soothe them, they think they educate them, they think they entertain them, and they've lost the ability to do that in and of their bodies. So the thing I would love to encourage everybody to do as we head into this high comparison season is to do something like build what I call a boredom basket.
Okay. So you don't go to your phone.
That's exactly
okay,
right.
Gotcha.
Or before, if you're going to pick up your phone and you're not going to just be scrolling for 2 minutes, you're going to be scrolling for 10
Right.
minutes or more, then force yourself to just reach into this basket that you've made and just find something to just play with for a couple of minutes. And I encourage people to have these be non-cognitive based toys, just things that kind of force you to be bored.
So that,
You're just sort of bored, you're moving your body around. Maybe these are these little handheld games. Instead of playing digital games, you put the penguins on and they jump. And it's
I've never seen that. That's adorable.
A little puzzle game.
Yeah.
But anything that can just help you kind of come back to center, take a few deep breaths, and then decide, is really scrolling on social media right now going to help my mental health? Is it going to help my day?
Right.
Or can I maybe set it aside and go outside, take some breaths of fresh air, or feel my feet in the grass?
Isn't just also, if you go outside, I was thinking about this with kids, sometimes it's great to have kids be bored. Like, let them be bored.
Boredom, I believe, could save us.
Yeah.
And we know, and the research is clear, that 10 minutes a day of mindfulness meditation, contemplative prayer, rhythmic exercise that gets you in a zone has the ability to rebuild and double the gray matter in the regions of the brain that help us be emotionally regulated, that help us focus for longer.
Right.
So my research right now is on how can boredom maybe fill that in, and you don't have to learn how to meditate or run, but just literally being bored.
Right.
And being comfortable in our own skin can help us not compare our own selves to others quite as much.
And even you'll see, I know when I have forced myself at times, like I have a great story. We were waiting for this parade to start, and I had my phone and I was scrolling. I just said, Helen, just put your phone down and look up at the people, just, random people walking by. And just as I looked up, an old friend walked by, and I'm like, oh, look at that. That was wild, right? But you can, if you can just put it down, look at what's happening around you and who's walking by.
That's right, and most of us now are uncomfortable with that looking up and around because we feel awkward, we don't know what to do.
Right.
And so if we can practice it, and that's what I'm just encouraging people, instead of getting caught in that this is a season of comparison, think about how can we just take some breaks and get comfortable. Maybe we use that C word, comfort over comparison.
Yeah.
Get comfortable in our own skin so that we can look up and around and see our friends at the parade.
Do you find it hard to stop scrolling once you've started?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, and our devices are made with what's called a hidden curriculum, which keeps us attached. Every app we're in,
they know what you want to see.
That's exactly right, and they feed you more and more, and they know how long you're going to look at each thing and how quickly to give you something new to look at, because we give them data all the time, and they use it to keep us attached.
Wow. Okay, so don't compare. That's your big message.
Do not compare.
Do not compare. Yeah. You just don't know everything that they're doing.
That's exactly right.
One moment in their day, not the whole day.
One tiny moment.
Yeah. Right. Doreen, thank you so much. We're going to tell everyone the book again is titled Device, Balancing Life and Technology in a Digital World. Doreen Dodgen-Magee, thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.